Hello everyone, Caduce here, co-founder of Inframail. As you can see, I'm on my breathing strip Alex Hormozi vibe today, but I want to quickly show you the difference between sending 10,000 cold DMs versus 10,000 cold emails, which we've done a lot more volume of. This is just to make the thumbnail and the title look cool. But I want to first show you, of course, the number one thing, how many appointments we've booked, the results you get when actually using both of these methods, the amounts of money we've generated from these methods. And then at the end, I'm actually going to show you how to set up both of these infrastructures for yourself. I want to make it short and sweet. So very quickly, I want to show you that we've generated actually well over, 1,000 appointments, about 1,400 appointments, but it only lets me pull up the last 365 days. Boohoo, Calendly is, it's actually a great platform. I was going to say it sucks, but it's a great platform. Anyways, 982 events. It's about 80 booked appointments. I don't know. You do the math per month, which is pretty good. And we've generated almost $700,000 in revenue online for our software company, 50K MRR at the moment, which is really, really cool. And we plan on growing, of course, to over $1 million. And by the way, we didn't actually fly off of a cliff here. It was because when Stripe, conducts this, the month actually has to be over. So right now it's like still here. So when the month ends, it's gonna go back up. So yeah, we had this really cool spike up, and we've been maintaining it. So it's been really awesome. Anyways, jumping right into it, 10,000 cold DMs. You should expect about a 10 to 20% reply rate, a 20% close rate. You're going to get a lot more replies with cold DMs versus cold emails, simply because, cold DMs are easy to reply to. It's like you pull out your phone, it's like a text message type, DM, someone just DMs you, you just want to right away just respond. It's very easy. If you're not interested, you just leave it, but very low friction, right? And it includes mostly positive replies because, Facebook DMs or cold DMs, they're not sequential, meaning it's not like automated where you send 3, 4, 5, follow up after that. So people don't really care. They just don't respond. They're like, whatever. On the other hand, 10,000 cold emails, you're going to get mostly negative replies simply because it's sequential. So when people reply negatively, it's basically them saying not only no to your offer, but also they want to opt out of the sequence of emails that you're about to send them. Like, hey, I'm not interested. Do not send me 2 to 3 or 4 more emails. So you're going to get a way lower reply rate because, again, cold email is high friction, while cold DMs is low friction. Like I said, imagine pulling out a text versus responding to an email, right? So you're supposed to get a 1 to 5% reply rate. Let's say if you get, for example, 50, responses, 35 could be negative, right? Or even 40 of them can be negative, and you might only have 10 positive replies, which is completely normal with cold email. And then you should get a 20% close rate on both of these. For us, it was a lot higher. Again, we were selling software, so it was a little bit different. So our close rate was literally like 60 to 80% depending on the month. But if you're selling something high ticket, you should aim anywhere from 20 to 30%. It's really, really good. But we did a different type of sales. That's why our close rate was astronomically higher. I'm probably no better than you. So I made this quick chart on cold email versus cold DMs. So I color coded it. As you can see, this is a radar graph of comparing them between, how fast it is or easy it is to scale, the automation part of it, how, easy is it to automate, cost, targeting, ROI. Now that I think about it, automation and scale are kind of similar in a lot of ways. Anyways, easy in the middle, hard on the outside. This is like one of the first times I've tried to be creative and do these kind of graphs. So bear with me here. But you see cold email versus cold DMs. So again, the higher the number, the harder it is. So cold DMs scale is an 8.8 out of 10 because it is actually extremely hard to scale, simply because you have to get all these different Facebook accounts and IPs and proxies. And by the way, okay, just for watching at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you, like I said, how to set up everything. So wait till the end. I'll let you know where to get it. So the cold DMs scale 8.8 out of 10. It's very hard to scale. Like I said, you got to get the IPs, the proxies, the accounts, optimize the profiles, make sure the content's distributed on all of them. All of that is very hard to do. And the DMs in general, there's no warm-up tool like there is for cold emails or email, stuff like, email IPs and all these other things. So it's very difficult. You actually have to send DMs manually, then wait a couple weeks, and then go up, and then your account gets banned, and you have to get a Skype phone number to save the... Anyways, it's a lot of BS. You got to just go through it yourself. The automation, again, is a 10, very hard, because you can't really automate even the messaging. You have to... there is softwares out there, but the tools, I've tried every single one. It does not work. Mostly because with those things, the automation, right? When something's automated, it has like API connections to certain platforms, and it, automates a lot of the things, right? Or you can do it in the cloud, etc. But with these tools, they're mostly browser automation, so you have to actually have your computer open, in a lot of cases, and then this thing is just going to move around and send the messages on your behalf using browser automation. So it's a lot harder to automate, and those browser automations are super clunky. They don't really work that well. The cost, again, it's a 7 out of 10. It's kind of affordable. Again, this is relative, so I'll just leave it at a 7 out of 10. You're going to have to buy the IPs, the proxies. You're going to pay, monthly for those. The profiles are about $20 each, $25 each. They send about 50 a day. So if you want to, let's say, for example, send 200, you're going to need to spend 200 up front. On top of that, there's IPs, etc. Again, I'll show you how to do that. Targeting is also a 4 out of 10. It's fairly easy to target people. You can just go into Facebook groups or whatever. But the thing is, sometimes you might not get the best people in those groups. You don't know how vetted they are. If they're public groups, they're most likely going to be trash. If they're private, they're a lot better. If they're paid, it's even way better than that. But you can get kicked out for doing it too, so it can also be kind of difficult and troublesome at times. And the ROI is definitely a 1 out of 10 because it's very easy to get your ROI back when you do any type of outreach. I'm going to have a 1 basically as far as ROI for any type of outreach because they all work. They're all going to close you deals. At the end of the day, they're never going to be way more than like, something that's like, if you're selling a $3,000 offer, right, there's no tools or a bunch of, things that you can use that's going to equate to $3,000 a month. Like, it's going to always be like a few $100s at most, right? Paid ads is really the only thing that's super expensive, and it requires, a lot of different skill sets. And you can see I've kind of, graphed it out for you guys. Cold DMs is in green, so you can see based on this radar graph where it's at, based on the cost of targeting, etc. Right, based on these variables. The cold email, right? The scale is 1 out of 10. It's super easy to do because it's kind of low cost, right? Which kind of, there's a range here and I'll explain why. The automation is a 1.8 because, like I said, scale and automation are kind of synonymous, right? So automation, it's very easy to send, 1,000 emails a day and then just go to 5,000 emails a day pretty quickly, right? The old way of doing it, it's a lot harder, but the new way that I'm going to show you in this video is going to be a lot easier. So the cost, again, it's a 2.5 to a 5.5. The old way, and this, of course, I know I said easy, hard, but that's going to be like low cost, high cost. So the higher the number is the more costly it is. So the 5.5, the old way of doing cold email and stuff is a lot more expensive. Right now, it's like a 2.5. It's way cheaper than doing, cold DMs and the softwares you need for that and the stuff you put together. Also, the targeting, with cold email, you can get the data from hyper-targeted, basically build hyper-targeted leads from a really good database. And you can even pick apart certain niches that use certain tools and be like, hey, I know you're using this tool, X, Y, and Z, and then give them an offer. So you can get crazy creative with the data scraping in that. And like I said, the ROI is a 1. So this is the graph that I made you guys custom built. So I want to quickly get into the cold email aspect of how you can actually save money on your cold email infrastructure. So with Google Workspace or Zoho, Outlook, they're really expensive. So if you want to have 100 inboxes, each sending 50 a day, right? It could be quite troublesome when you have to pay $6 for each account. So 6 times 100 is 600. You can see right here. With Outlook, it's about 5, so it's about 500 per month. So it can get costly. But with the tool that we built, Inframail, it's $99 per month, and you can have unlimited inboxes, right? You can have 100, 200, 300, which is pretty awesome. And of course, to be quite honest, deliverability, meaning, landing in the inbox, is going to be better always with the big tech companies, Google, Zoho, Outlook. Anyone that says that their deliverability is better and they're not Google, Zoho, and Outlook, they are not telling the truth, or they're just fabricating. You're not even going to get the same level, right? But you will get something very close in a lot of cases, and you can offset, not so good deliverability or deliverability that's not as good as Google, Zoho, and Outlook by just sending more volume of emails. And of course, a lot of these platforms don't even allow cold email. Google and Outlook are not strictly against it, but they kind of play around with their words and what they consider spam, etc. Zoho just completely banned it. If you use Zoho, they're going to ban you. So Inframail is really awesome. Like I said, the unlimited inboxes, deliverability is really good, and also we can set up everything for you: infrastructure, sending server, all of that. It's super awesome, and there's more information on that below, right? And then going into the acquisition channels, I've done every single one of them. I know this is about 10,000 cold DMs versus 10,000 cold emails, but I just wanted to let you know I've done cold email, paid ads, cold outreach, content, cold calling, and a lot of these ones, by far, cold email is the best, simply because the cost is low, it's scalable, targeting is very high, time and energy is also low, right? With a lot of these ones, the ROI can be really high. For example, with paid ads, right? There's no way you can go from 100K a month to $1 million a month with cold email. The only way you could do that is with paid ads, for example, right? But the cost is very high. So if you're new and you're a beginner, you should stick around this cold email area or cold outreach area. I'm just giving you the information. I'll have both of the information on how to set it up below, like I said, so you don't have to worry. So just to delve into it a little bit more in depth, you can skip this part of the video if you want. But like I said, we already went over cold email, but paid ads, for example, we spend $6,000 a month on paid ads. It's very high cost. It's scalable, very scalable. Lead targeting is also very easy because, Facebook and Google are giving you the data. The time and energy is also kind of low. I mean, once you have a creative in there and it's winning, you get pretty good engagement from that, right? Again, but the cost, a lot of people can't afford that. Cold outreach, again, it's free to do if you have one account. If you're scaling it, it's very costly. But at the same time, if you have one account, you're just sending 50 DMs, it's free, whatever. Scalable, it's not as scalable, very hard to get all those accounts. Like I said, lead targeting, medium, time and energy is very high because you need to monitor all these accounts. They get banned at times, you got to get phone numbers, etc. Content, free to do, just like this one. But is it scalable? You know, for me, I have to script everything and do everything, blah blah. Like, it's not a scalable operation, right? Content is very creative. It requires a lot of nuanced work for each part of the puzzle, right? And then the lead targeting is also low because I can't really choose who watches my videos. You know, you could be doing cold email, you could be literally just a construction worker right now. I don't know who's watching, but I'm trying to pull the right audience, hopefully over time, right? And the time and energy is also very high. Like I said, I put a lot of work into filming this video, creating this board for you, you know, creating all the content around this, you know, how to set up the infrastructure of the cold DMs and the cold emails. So again, time and energy is very high. I have to give a lot of value up front. Cold calling, it's free, right? But also time and energy, you got to pick up the phone 500 times. Lead targeting is also on that, because simply, you know, when you get a list of phone numbers, sometimes it's kind of hard to target the person that you want. There's going to be gatekeepers sometimes and all that, but also you might get completely land on, you know, a company that's completely different. When I did it, that's how it was. And also scalability is very hard. Like I said, you're dialing 500 times a day. There's no way to automate that. You have to get a bunch of people to do it, right? But now they have AI that's kind of whack. I mean, it's kind of whack AI that does it, but you know, it is what it is. So down below, I do have a cold email crash course. I'm going to show you guys really quick. So this is the super fire cold email crash course that we've made for all of our users and just people in general that are looking to get into cold email. It's an hour and 20 minutes long, and it goes over everything from what's cold email to inbox management, inbox. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave that in because that was really messed up. Inbox management, subsequences, follow-ups, etc. There's a mindset module. This is really cool because there's a CIA government document in here. How to actually set up all your inboxes, the goals, you know, warm-up process, testimonials, how to get testimonials without having any clients, how to record a crazy banger VSL. That's the one that took us to, you know, almost $1 million a year. We're going to get there this year. You know, all that stuff is in this course. Click below in the description and you can get access to this course without any opt-in. And also, I'm going to show you how to set up the infrastructure of your cold DMs. I made a TikTok video on it, and you can click the link below. Everything is step by step. I show you everything in the TikTok video. It's probably like 4 to 5 minutes long, but it shows you how to set up everything. So it only shows you how to set it up for one account, but you can just replicate that same process 5, 10, 15 times, and then you'll have all the accounts that you need. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a really, really dope one, and I hope to see you inside the cold email crash course. I'm hoping you get some value from it. A lot of people love this course. Like I said, no opt-in required. And definitely like this video. Leave a comment below if you found this helpful, if you want to see any types of videos. And subscribe. Why not subscribe? You know, that would be nice. So yeah, peace out. Have a good day. I'm naked. All right, I just wanted to quickly drop in because I didn't actually show proof that I sent 10,000 cold emails and 10,000, well, I've sent 10,000 cold emails and 10,000 cold DMs. So I'm going to quickly show you. You can see 54% open rate, 2,000 emails sent, 2.3% reply rate. And the whole thing as a sequence, of course, was 5,584, 4,440, this one 220, this one didn't complete yet. I believe it's actually complete, but it didn't really capture it correctly. Anyways, I run different tests, so as you can see, I've actually sent those amounts of cold emails. And as far as tracking the 10,000 cold DMs that we do, this is exactly what we use. So this is Facebook. You can see all of the actual Facebook accounts that we reach out to. I mean, it goes on for a very, very long time. You can see there's thousands of them here. And if you get to the end, we're already well past 10,000. And it actually, this is just another sheet that we've used. This is over time. So we've used about 3, 4, or 5 of these sheets. I mean, there's been a ton of them. I can't really keep count. But yeah, here's the proof. So enjoy the video.